Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company PassMyInterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass a Facebook interview. So it does not matter which role you are being interviewed for with Facebook, please do make sure you stick around and watch this training tutorial from beginning to end, because I promise to make you the standout candidate during your Facebook interview. And to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover. I'm going to give you sample Facebook interview questions to help you prepare fully. I will give you tips on how to answer those Facebook questions correctly. I will also give you suggested answers to the Facebook interview questions, and these are unique answers that you can't find anywhere else. And then I will also tell you where you can get access to further interview training resources to help you succeed at your Facebook interview. So there's 4 really good reasons why you should stick around and watch this from beginning to end. Now, just quickly before I get into the Facebook training tutorial, a very warm welcome to this presentation. My name is Richard McMunn. That's me there in the center of the screen. I've been helping people for over 20 years now to successfully pass their interviews, and I always do that by giving you top scoring answers. Please do make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the button below the video, and then you won't miss out on any of the weekly training videos I upload. And I would also very much appreciate your support if you gave the video a like, because that tells me you enjoy the content and I will therefore spend more time creating it for you. Thank you very much indeed. So a common question before I get into the Facebook interview questions and answers is this: what is the hiring process at Facebook? Well, the hiring process at Facebook usually consists of a phone screening interview that is designed to see whether or not they want to then invite you along to a face-to-face interview and a tour. My tip is to not underestimate the importance of the initial Facebook phone screening interview. It's really important that you prepare fully for that interview, because it is likely you will get asked a series of challenging interview questions, which I will go through during this tutorial. Okay, let's get straight into the Facebook interview questions and answers. Now, undoubtedly, the first Facebook interview question is going to be introduce yourself. So this is your opportunity to get off on the right footing, to build confidence in your ability to meet the requirements of this Facebook role. Now, my tip for answering this correctly is this interview question appears to be very easy to answer. However, we have to make sure that we give the Facebook interviewer what they want to hear. And here's how to do that. Here is my suggested answer to the first Facebook interview question. Introduce yourself. I am very hardworking, totally committed to excellence, and also someone who wants to continually improve and develop my skill set to ensure I maintain competence in my role. Facebook is changing all of the time, and I feel the skills, qualities and values I possess are a good match for the company. I have studied Facebook's mission and the 5 core values, and I feel I have a lot to offer in regard to technical expertise and also my commitment to a shared vision or goal. Now, if you hire me within this role at Facebook, I will be able to start contributing positively towards the team's goals quickly, whilst also bringing a positive can-do attitude to the organisation and those I am working alongside. So that is a very strong answer in my opinion. It's confident in nature, and if you use that response to that first Facebook interview question, introduce yourself, then it gets you off on the right footing and it allows you to build confidence for the remainder of your interview. So let's move on to the next Facebook interview question, and that is going to be, why do you want to work for Facebook? I can pretty much guarantee this will come up during your Facebook interview. Now, my tip for answering this highly is the majority of candidates will say the same thing in answer to this Facebook interview question. However, this is your opportunity to stand out and give reasons that are aligned to Facebook's ability to be progressive as an organisation. Facebook is a fantastic organisation to work for, so we want to demonstrate that in our answer. And here's how to do it. I want to work for Facebook primarily due to the impact you continue to have on the world as an organisation, the culture you have in place here, and also the progressive nature in which you drive the company forward in an ever-evolving manner. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO, is also one of the reasons why I want to work for Facebook. This is due to his strong community values and the talent he possesses in regard to constantly changing and evolving the organisation. We spend a lot of time at work And on that basis, I want to work somewhere I feel I am making a significant impact in my role, somewhere I can see the results of my work, and also the opportunity to work alongside some really talented teams and individuals so I can continue to grow and develop. So there's some really good reasons why you might want to work for Facebook in there. The fact that they are a progressive, ever-evolving manner. You're talking about Mark and the fact that he's an outstanding CEO. And also the fact that you are telling them that, we spend a lot of time at work. And on that basis, I want to feel that I'm making a difference. And also I want to learn and develop by working with talented teams and individuals. So you're not just giving one reason why you want to work for Facebook. You're giving a number of reasons, which I feel is really important. Now, I still have a number of Facebook interview questions to run through, including answers. But when you're ready, if you want to check out my 20 Facebook interview questions and answers PDF guide, you can click that link in the top right-hand corner of the video. It takes you through to my website, passmyinterview.com. So let's move on to the next Facebook interview question, and that is, describe a previous work situation when you demonstrated one of Facebook's core values. Now, before we prepare an answer to this Facebook interview question, we need to understand what the values are so we can then give a specific situation we've been in at work. Here is my suggested answer. Facebook's 5 core values are be bold, focus on impact, move fast, be open, and build social value. In my previous job, I was particularly good at getting things done really quickly and to a high standard. I believe this demonstrates my ability to meet the value of move fast. During one particular project I was working on, we lost 2 members of staff due to illness, but we were still expected to finish the project on time. Now, to meet our objective, I started to increase the speed of my work significantly, and I also ensured I dedicated additional time outside of normal working hours to make up for the 2 people we had lost within the team. The increase in working speed and the extra hours I dedicated to the project meant we were still able to get the project completed on time and to the necessary standards and specification. So the important thing there is you are giving a specific situation you've been in where you've demonstrated one of Facebook's core values. So I like also at the start of that response, you are telling the interviewer what Facebook's core values are. So that shows that you've done lots of research. The next Facebook interview question I would like you to prepare for is, tell me about a situation when you failed. So don't say you've never failed, because we all fail, but it's how we respond to the situation that is important. So show you have failed in the past, but show you responded positively and that you immediately look to improve your skills for next time. Here's a great answer to this interview question. In my early days of working, I remember I was so keen to impress my boss that I failed to read the job brief properly. I was working on developing a new e-commerce website for one of the company's important clients, and due to my hastiness, I failed to spot one of the core requirements, which was to include an opt-in form at the foot of some of the website's core pages. As soon as I spotted the mistake, I informed my supervisor, apologised for the mistake I had made, and I then worked hard to put things right. I learned a lot from that mistake, and my attention to detail skills have never let me down since. So that shows that you are honest, you responded positively to it, and you improved your skills so it never happened again. And that's the important part when responding to that Facebook interview question. The next Facebook interview question I would like you to prepare for is, tell me about your best collaboration experience. So this is about working with others to achieve difficult tasks, something which you will be required to do on a regular basis at Facebook. So my tip for answering this highly is, to achieve success at Facebook, you must be able to work as part of a team. So make sure you give a specific situation you have been in previously where you worked with other people to achieve an important goal or project. Here is my suggested answer. I can think of quite a few examples where I have collaborated with others to achieve success. However, one particular experience springs to mind. I was working as part of a 6-person team for my previous employer, and we were tasked with designing a new website for an important client. Now, during the collaboration, we all got our heads together at the start of the project and shared different ideas for how we could really make the website serve its intended purpose and also help the client beat the competition within its industry. Once we'd come up with a definitive plan of action and a website design that everyone was in agreement with, we allocated tasks based on individual team technical strengths before getting to work. Now, throughout the project, we trusted each other to do our jobs properly, we supported each other at all times, communicated regularly, and also altered our plans when things needed changing. Now, the reason why the collaboration was so successful was simply because we all had a clear vision of what we wanted to achieve and a plan for getting there. So that's a really in-depth answer. It shows that you can collaborate with other people. And what I particularly like about that response is you have given details about the process you went through when collaborating with others to achieve your goal. So you'd come up with a plan, you discussed what you all wanted to do in regards to the ideas people were putting forward. You then allocated tasks based on individual team technical strengths and then got to work. And then you trusted and supported each other. So you are giving details and proving how you work whilst collaborating with other people, which is really good in that kind of answer. So please don't forget to click the link in the top right hand corner of the video. It will take you through to my website where you can check out my full list of 20 Facebook interview questions that I recommend you prepare for, and also download suggested answers as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to. My LinkedIn link is in the description below the video, and it's always good to connect with like-minded professionals. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your Facebook interview.